The year is 1959. 9 young hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set off on what should have been the adventure of a lifetime. They were experienced, strong, and hungry for the challenge of crossing the frozen Ural Mountains in the dead of winter. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, was only 23. His team 8 men and 2 women, all full of life, laughter, and songs sung into the icy wind. But 2 weeks later, searchers found only silence. Silence and bodies. It began with a tent. A single tent, half buried in snow, torn open from the inside as if its occupants had slashed their way out in panic. Their boots, jackets, even food supplies were still neatly laid inside, but the hikers were gone. Rescuers followed the tracks' bare footprints in the snow leading down the slope. In temperatures plunging to 30 degrees, they had fled without shoes, without coats. Something had terrified them enough to run barefoot into a Siberian blizzard. The first bodies appeared at the tree line. 2 young men, stripped down to their underwear, lying side by side near a burned-out fire. Their hands were raw, as if they had clawed at the bark in desperation. 3 more were found a little further uphill, including Dyatlov himself. Their poses suggested they were trying to crawl back to the tent. The last 4 took months to find, buried beneath snow in a ravine. Their injuries shocked investigators. 1 had a fractured skull, another multiple broken ribs, as if crushed by some massive force. 2 of them were missing their eyes, 1 woman, her tongue. And here's the strangest part. There were traces of radiation on their clothes. The official investigation ended with a vague statement. The hikers had died from a compelling natural force. No explanation, no answers. But theories? Theories exploded like wildfire. Some claimed an avalanche drove them from the tent, but their camp showed no signs of avalanche debris. Others suggested a fight broke out within the group, but the injuries were far too severe, more like car crash trauma than fistfights. Radiation? That fueled speculation about secret Soviet weapons tests. Maybe they stumbled into a classified experiment. Maybe the military silenced them. And then came the more chilling possibilities. Locals whispered about the mancy spirits of the mountain. Paranormal enthusiasts pointed to glowing orbs reported in the sky that night. Aliens, experiments, curses, the mystery refused to die. For decades, the Dyatlov Pass incident has haunted Russia and the world. Books, documentaries, even horror films all asking the same question. What happened on that mountain? In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case. Their conclusion? A rare slab avalanche, where a heavy sheet of snow collapsed silently, forcing the hikers to cut their way out. It's the neatest answer, the most rational, but many don't buy it. Why the radiation? Why the missing eyes? Why such violent injuries with no external wounds? 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass remains an unsolved riddle. 9 young lives cut short, 9 families left with questions, and a tent torn open in the snow, whispering a secret the mountain refuses to give up. So when you look at those photographs of smiling faces before the journey, know that within days, they would vanish into a mystery so chilling, it still echoes across the frozen Urals. This is the Dyatlov Pass incident, and maybe some truths aren't meant to be known.